Welcome to the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Oh yes, today was quite an eventful day. I'm sure every one of us already know why. Today was quite an eventful day from the capital city Abuja since this morning, and right here as well in Lagos. In Nigeria, like we say, it's a peculiar country. Events are always happening, issues are always unfolding. So it's not surprising for us actually to always have a lot of events unfolding, specifically at this time. As you all do know, you've been following all the conversation from the very early morning program with Ikami Jude this morning with paper review, along with the Igbo presenters as well, and Solomon, who did the news at 12. Also Jude, who did an exclusive interview with Mr. Peter Anosike. You've been getting updates of happenings across the country, specifically with the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. So I'm sure all of you already know what transpired. We saw tear gas fired at bystanders. We saw some persons running. We saw armored vehicles, police presence in the federal capital city. We saw lockdown. There was serious traffic engagement in the capital city this morning, and it's actually quite ironical. The protest is meant to be a peaceful protest. We saw a few persons who actually started converging, but then we saw more military personnel than the protesters, and it was the military personnel who blockaded the area that actually elicited the standoff you saw. That is the traffic grid you saw across most lanes in the capital city. It grounded commercial activities today. Persons could not get to work on time, and a couple of commuters and residents were saying they should have just told them to stay at home if they knew they were going to blockade some of the roads. Well, interestingly, quite a lot of issues happened. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer was apprehended today, as well as Omoyele Sowore was shot at. He granted an interview via Zoom this morning with Channels TV, where he described what happened, that they had barely gotten to the ground when the police operatives had already stationed themselves, and they started firing tear gas at them. So he had Aloy Ejimako, Maxwell Okpara, Benjamin Kanu, that's Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, and a couple of other persons with him, along with his hashtag Revolution Now movement members along with him with their placard. It was quite peaceful, and they were scanty, but I think the presence of military and police were the ones that made it quite a big deal. Their presence actually gave that ambience that they wanted to get, and that was basically how things escalated from that point. So some commuters who were stranded by the roadside waiting for vehicles to convey themselves to their various destinations got stuck. Some eventually joined the protest for hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu, and so the police now had to speak on why they tear gassed the protesters today, according to them, because the idea was there were specific locations they were asked not to converge. So they told them to limit themselves to certain areas, certain locations. And so according to Omoyele Sowore, they did not actually converge in the locations as they were directed by the Nigerian police. But however, wherever it was they went, they were still blockaded as well. Where they converged, those police operatives were there to disperse them. It was quite an interesting activity today, and we had quite a lot of persons giving their own purview of what transpired today. Let's take a listen to Maxwell Okpara, who is one of the who was part of those that were at the protest ground today. Aloy Ejimako was taken in along with Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother. We've not heard if they've been released by the police yet, so until then we'll get to update you about that. But let's take a listen to Maxwell Okpara today, what he said concerning what transpired, and then from there we'll proceed with the conversation this evening.
Directed Nigerian police and Nigerian army to go and negotiate with them. That is simply because Nnamdi Kanu is exercising his right under the constitution, and you said that they must try. They must try. No, we must protest. It is our right. You can kill all of us, no problem. Highest in the next, after these 4 years, 12 for another 4 years at worst, we will leave. Another president to come. Look at Malami. We are talking to Malami. Malami refused that the Nigeria is a father's inheritance. Where is Malami today? He has joined us he has become an activist. Where is 05? 05 has come to be an activist. One day when you finish, you also to join us. So call your army to order. You should not be shooting people, killing the innocent persons that you have the mandate to cover, and you want to go there to support them. Those people who are advising you, they are not helping you. The people that are helping you are protesters. When we protest, we are protesting, asking you to get it right. All those jobless hopeless citizens that are praise singers. They are helping your government. They are killing your government. They are destroying your government. We are the people that are helping your government. And should
let me just quickly cut you here. Earlier,
I said that. Look at how is this in your mind? That somebody said that you should not exercise your right.
No. You are one of the
there is no order like that. The order, even AIT, you carried it. I saw it in your news. Where they specify.
Is it that you guys don't see the order?
Nobody serves the order. We have not even seen the order. I saw it in the media that they restrain us from certain areas. Would you comply? Now, is this place a central area? Is this place a central area? You participated in the protest when we started from Bega. Was it violent? Did you witness any violence? What brought about shooting? What brought about tear gas? Is this in democracy? Are we not taking ourselves in the stop in the international community? In fact, this government...
So indirectly, you're 40 where you work? Is that what it means? Are you 40 where you work?
Of course, the problem of this country is judiciary now. Judiciary is the problem of this country. When I'm talking about judiciary, I'm talking about lawyers and judges. I'm a lawyer, my wife is a lawyer, and my son will still be a lawyer. The problem of this country is lawyers and judges. Because when you are telling the government what is right, no, you cannot do this thing. This thing is wrong. They will not do it again. How can they? Okay, look at now, you got injured, and someone day we are massaging your hand where you are running. What is your own offense? You go to cover protest. Are you not supposed to sue the government of Nigeria? Then file action against government in court and see what will happen. I leave it at that.
So from there, what do you move to go? You proceed with the process?
No, our protest is only today. Then if they need to, not only this one, we are going to protest for some other things.
So what if the government refuses to get to your court?
Then we prepare another protest. It is our right.
Thank you.
And it's my pleasure.
Bad government, what did people want? Nigerian police, what did people want? We cannot protect the life and property anymore. It is shame of the Nigerian police. It is shame of the Nigerian government. You cannot protect the life and property of your citizens. Do not shame on you. What are you still doing there? In that seat that you cannot act. You can't do anything. You are just there, hearing, you cannot act. Instead, you are using your subordinate to chase us. You are using your people surrounding you, your power to chase us, giving us the treatment we don't deserve. Enough. Tinubu, if you cannot rule us, please retire and drop down. Drop down, Tinubu. We cannot take you anymore as a president. In fact, in short, you are a failure to us as a father. You are a failure to us as a father. If you don't know, let me tell you today. Okay? If I talk tomorrow, it might not be me. Tomorrow, it must still be me. So it is better you heard it now from our mouth with the youth. That if you are not hearing, maybe they're telling you different things or what is happening. Now I'm telling you that the Nigerian youth are suffering. The Nigerian citizens are suffering over the bad government, over your bad leadership, over your bad corruption watch. Okay? Look at the SEC idea, they are not doing anything. The DSS idea, they are not doing anything. Nigerian police idea, they are not doing anything. The military idea are not doing anything. The women for their hands are just dying like that, like a cow, like a fowl. We are tired. Okay? Enough is enough, Tinubu. That is why I always say it is better we come out once and fight for once. If you remain, we remain. If we perish, we perish. Who live, continue the next generation of this country. If you not, the corruption will never stop.
All right, so that was Maxwell Opara and a couple of others who were on the field today. They were chanting the song. They kept on calling out the government of the day. So they kept on making their recitals. Let's take a few listen to that. Meanwhile, in reaction to that, Bayo went on his Twitter account, now known as X. He wrote, "I spotted Aloy Ejimako, one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, among the small group of protesters mobilized in Abuja by Olayede Sowore. I wonder what Mr. Ejimako was thinking when he decided to join this shambolic protest. As a lawyer, he should be aware of the principle of sub judice, particularly in relation to the ongoing treason case before the court. The prosecution has concluded its case, and it is now incumbent upon Mr. Ejimako and the other lawyers to mount a strong defense for Kanu. Rather than focusing on preparing a case, Mr. Ejimako has resorted to extra legal tactics, joining a career and a case to influence the process. Ejimako's action questions his adherence to professional ethics. Legal authorities should consider appropriate sanctions for the unethical conduct of the bearded lawyer. And then obviously when Bayo Onanuga made that remark on his ex handle, quite a number of persons who were against this protest were saying that yes, this is the right call, it is important. But others say, oh, so what about the other terrorists whom you guys have pardoned, whom you guys have allowed to hold sway? And it's terrible because something terrible happened as well this evening. For example, Boko Haram killed a Nigerian army commander, Lieutenant Colonel Aliyu Paiko, and soldiers in a fierce Borno state clash. This was earlier today, and it was crazy. It was terrible. And in fact, the Nigerian army was saying that the video should not be shared on social media until the parents or the family of those persons who were killed and the colonel are able to see their children or see their deceased before the videos are shared. So we thought that the bandit resolution, where they call the bandits and tell them that please drop your weapons, help protect the community, we're going to give you some sort of amnesty, but it seems not to be abating, you know. So while there's a slim chance of, I don't know how well the military is fighting this, a couple of our young soldiers are putting their lives on the line, are dying, and while some governors are looking for peace deal with some of these terrorists, so it makes the effort of the Nigerian soldiers, especially those who have lost their lives in the process, seem like nothing, because at the end of the day, you eventually ask these guys to supposedly drop their weapons, you reintegrate them, you provide them amenities, you give them what they want. Later, another terrorist group will also emerge because they seem to be pampered. So are you liquidating or adulterating the effort of the Nigerian soldiers who have given their lives on the field, young men with prospects, with futuristic prospects? So after you have put these guys on the line of fire, they've been gruesomely murdered, then you now eventually have a peace deal with the same terrorists? Is that how it works? So what have you now done to the young soldiers who have given their lives in the cause for you to eventually have a peace deal with these guys? If that was the case, then why didn't you do that before this men and young boys were killed, or victims, families who have lost their members in the process of this mayhem and demonic onslaught? So again, it's quite an interesting scenario. Well, as it stands at this very moment, we've not heard anything yet from Aloy Jimako. Showore is still giving us details of how the process went on. A couple of persons were arrested and taken in. We don't know if they'll be released later. I also heard somewhere in Lagos some persons tried to do what you call a peaceful or silent protest. They were also arrested. And Nigerians have had diverse views as to what the scenario is. When Bayo Onanuga put this, a couple of responders said the lawyer should be prosecuted for treasonable offense, that despite being the lawyer to a terrorist, they already convicted Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist. These are supporters of the administration of the day who are using acidic hatred in terms of having to display their attributable psychophancy to the government of the day. Again, these are part of the situations that occurred. Nigerians are still wondering what the whole scenario is all about. Questions are being asked as to what the resolve of this whole thing will be. But then there are talks that the legal representatives of Nnamdi Kanu should be disbarred. They should be sanctioned. They should no longer be allowed to represent Nnamdi Kanu because they participated in the protest today. However, in reacting to this about self-determination and the essence of self-determination and the mannerism with which self-determination is being clamored for, let's take a very brief listen to Kenneth Okonkwo. He was on a Monitor television program today. We'll proceed from there.
6 subsection 5 that every Nigerian citizen is section 36 subsection 5 that every Nigerian citizen is deemed to be innocent until proved guilty. A nation that detains a human being more than 7 years and you have him in your custody and yet he couldn't even reach a judgment as to the culpability of his crime is a nation that is failing in the dispensation of justice. Justice delayed is justice denied. When it comes to the issue of crime, the Constitution is very clear that the accused or defendant should be judged within a reasonable time. It is very unreasonable to keep a man in detention for almost 7 years. What are you judging? This is telling on the judicial process of Nigeria. I tell you again, in the Constitution, they say the Attorney General, while making any decision as to charging anybody, discontinuing or taking over any criminal charge, should have regard for public interest, the interest of justice, and the need not to abuse the legal process. For me, in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, the legal processes have been abused. Nobody will remain sane to be in jail for more than 7 years that a case is being tried. People are frustrated. People believe that if you do not find anything against this man, release him or reach a political solution. That is what is bringing all these things. It's a result of frustration that there is no interest of justice served in this. So diligent prosecution is one of the pillars of justice in a criminal offense. I do not see that diligence. And the federal government is failing on all fronts. Remember, we...
All right, that was Kenneth Okonkwo earlier on today as well. Meanwhile, Omoyele Sowore has 6 minutes ago tweeted by saying that the Inspector General of Police, Kaide Egbetokun, has ordered the arrest and detention of 13 peaceful protesters who participated in today's hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu demonstration in Abuja. Among those detained, Nnamdi Kanu's lead lawyer at Aloy Ejimako, Nnamdi Kanu's brother, Fanboy Kanu, Barrister Okere, and 10 others whose, according to him, their only crime was exercising their constitutional right to peaceful protest. And Omoyele Sowore went out to say that they have been taken to the notorious SARS abattoir detention and torture facility in Abuja, a place long associated with human rights abuses, unlawful detention, and unspeakable cruelty. So again, Nnamdi Kanu's lead lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, along with his younger brother, Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, Fanboy Kanu, Barrister Okere, and 10 others, they are currently the SARS abattoir detention, and we don't know precisely when they'll be released. We don't know what it would entail. We don't know how long they'll remain there, but you know they're meant to be preparing for Nnamdi Kanu's case. He's meant to appear in court sometime this week, I think, again. So that's basically what it is. Meanwhile, some pressmen were also assaulted by officers of the civil defense today at the Ministry of Finance junction in Abuja while they were covering the protest to ensure accurate and professional reporting. And to some news central presenters and anchors, news anchors and reporters, including that camera crew, were assaulted while they were trying to do their jobs at the particular moment. For the time being, lawyers are being sent to see how they can release Aloy Ejimako, Fanboy Kanu, along with 13 others that were carried on by the Inspector General of Police and the DSS squad at the SARS abattoir in Abuja. So currently they are there, and you know, Omoyele Sowore, along with his legal representatives, have gone to the office of the DSS to see how they can make sure that those who were carried out today from the protest ground are immediately released. If you go to his X handle, you'll see their pictures while they're trying to solicit their release from the SARS headquarters in Abuja. While all of that is ongoing and the calm is supposedly, the dust is meant to settle, at the moment right now, others are still calling out the government of the day to be responsible in ensuring that they do no longer stifle people from expressing their discontent. It's not an autocratic or pseudo-military government. It's a democratic dispensation. My analyst this evening is Barrister Darlington Agumo. Barrister Darlington, good evening. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, yo.
Why do you sound so down? What is the problem? You sound cold. Are you tired?
We are on usual times.
But this was expected now, Barrister Darlington.
The weather have arrested me.
Well, you should thank God it's the weather. You're not at the SARS headquarters at the abattoir.
It's more dangerous.
It's more dangerous
For you to be arrested by the weather.
Okay. Barrister Darlington, what's your take? You recall that before today, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, had actually warned the Southeast, the Igbos, not to be part of this protest. He says it's an opportunity for them to be killed. And it so happens to be that somehow that's dissent, that's will I say chainsaw was experienced today at the protest ground. So would you say that some persons refuse to listen? How would you describe the entire scenario?
Esther, seriously, I am beginning to be so sad about this whole thing.
Okay.
It was not thought through. It was not properly organized.
It wasn't thought through?
Yes. Esther, do you know my fear here? Do you know that if those governors or Peter Peter Obi was in that protest, he would have been arrested though.
Obviously, now you didn't see the different court orders. Don't go here, go here. The protest is cancelled. No, it's not cancelled. We got like 5 or 6 different court orders before yesterday, before today.
Even at that, Esther, the arrowhead or more Showore, nobody even talked to him or picked him up.
He ran, no.
He ran, but is it? He didn't run so much that nobody could catch him.
No, when they were shooting, he had to run. He had to seek cover.
When he ran, you mean nobody could catch him? Is that what you're trying to let me know?
Okay,
you
so
see, what I'm saying is that look at Nnamdi Kalu's lawyer. What happened to his case on the 24th? What if they did not release him? They know. Why did they select these people and arrested all of them?
But is the lawyer supposed to be in that protest?
Sorry?
Is the lawyer supposed to be in the protest?
Even at that, if they want to arrest, why not arrest all of us?
Arrest all of us? Were you there?
No, I mean like Showore.
Okay.
Yeah, the first person they should have picked up is Showore. That means the police was instructed not to touch him. If not, does it make sense that the real arrowhead was left alone and then the people that he called are the one that they picked up? How do you justify that? And he was calling Peter Obi all the governors. So this is what would have happened to them today, Esther. Hold on. You mean this is what would have happened to Obi and other leaders that he was calling out? It's a very big shame. Truly, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Very big shame. Do you know that with what has happened today, it may not harden the position of government? It will harden their position.
But Barrister, we had a conversation here last week. I spoke with Omoyele Sowore. He gave us an exclusive insight of what the ultimatum is for the government of the day and the prosecuting counsel, that they're being pressured to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is convicted of treasonable felony, right? Before they will start seeking any form of pardon. So if that was the idea already, do you understand what I'm trying to say? If you already know this exclusive insight, do you think that beyond the awareness, this protest generated and everyone is talking about it, that there were other motives behind it?
They would have even, now that you know this in Esther, what is the need for this protest?
You don't see any need for it?
What is it now? Have they handed Nnamdi Kanu over to Showore?
But the conversation is on, and contributions were made, Barrister. Lots of contributions came in for this. I heard about almost more than 1 billion naira were given for saying how logistics can be provided, sorting out accommodation. So I don't know who are the recipients of this money.
So who is with the money? Yes, sir, you can see that some people cash out with the protest.
No, but normally logistics needed to be made.
That's what I'm saying. Who
People
is with
needed
the
to
money?
be sorted out.
Who is
Food and provisions
without being
and all
told,
that.
you and I know that the money will come out.
Yeah.
Who is with the money now? Esther. You can see what we are talking about. With whatever information he had, Esther, I was thinking that we would have taken this matter outside Nigeria, go to the US, UK, lobby their lawmakers to pressurize the government, because they are the only people who can rattle this government. I remember when this genocide issue came up, you saw how the government was rattled. How they woke up all of a sudden and started doing damage control all over the place. This is what I was thinking that somebody should have thought. I even said it here. Now look at it. The money has exchanged hands and nobody knows where that money is going to. Who is with the money? You can see what we are talking about, Esther. Somebody deliberately want to cash out with the life of people and nobody is talking to him. Can they give money to anybody outside the Showore and his group? Is it possible? Is it not the one?
But you don't think the protest has violated? Because according to what's his name, police spokesperson, that is a false public relations officer, CSP Benjamin Hunde on X, he explained that the police did not block the roads but cleared it after it was blocked by the protesters, and that they remain a law-abiding institution, only carrying out its constitutional mandate to enable Nigerians to have easy passage for their respective destinations. and that the reason why they tear gassed the protesters today was because they violated the court order restraining them from protesting in certain areas of the nation's capital. But when the protesters left those areas and went to other areas like Bega, Gudu, all those areas, why were they still surrounded by the policemen and all the armored artillery vehicles and all that? Why were they still circumnavigated along those axes?
If they have been allowed to enter into the precincts of National Assembly or Aso Rock, would they be blocking the road? You refuse them access and even want them not to enter inside the Aso Rock premises.
Okay.
Is that not true?
All right.
And so, what do you expect them to do? But all in all, what I'm saying is that if these protests have been taken to places where it will yield result, I am telling you, I would have been so happy.
What do you mean by places where it will yield result? Where else do you think it would have held
have you
this
ever
protest?
seen government, surrendering to pressure?
It happened during the military. Not immediately, but a message was sent.
Hold on. Have you ever seen the civilian administration of any kind? After NSAS, have anything changed? I don't not see searching young boys. I don't know searching them up to today. I sent my son with the driver the other day. The boy said that they searched him up to 3 places before they got home. I said, what?
Does your son keep dreads?
Bread what?
Does he keep
Just
dreads?
because he's a young boy, they saw a young boy inside the car. Why would he keep bread in my house? It's not possible now. They don't, any young boy is a potential suspect. He said they searched, but when I was with him, nobody talked to Esther. Nobody talked to us. So when I was with him,
So, Barry, so what I'm asking is, the police gave their own description or defense as to why they tear gassed the protesters today. I don't know why they harassed the press crew, and I don't know why they took the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu who were present there. But I want to understand something, Barrister. The United Nations, in the United States, anybody can wake up and say, I am not content with what the government is doing. They will just write something on a placard and go to the street or somewhere, and you see them protesting.
Go to White House, exactly. Carry placards.
So they will take their placards, and then you will see the policemen form a formation to prevent them from having access either into the White House or into other sensitive infrastructural locations. You know, they will just retain them in certain locations, but that is where it ends. The only time they tear gas them or try to disperse them is when they start trying to hurt the police personnel
or become violent.
So my question is, why do we have a method in this administration where they don't want any form of protest whatsoever? They don't want you to gather unless your protest is pro-government. So why is that so?
Esther, when you are founded on violence and brigandage, what do you expect?
When you are founded on violence and brigandage?
Yes. When the man who won the election said that victory is not given a la carte,
power is
you
not given a la
either
carte.
grab or snatch and run with it.
But Bryce says, is power given a la carte?
Sorry?
Is power given a la carte?
In fact, any power that is not given a la carte is no power.
I don't understand.
Yes.
Any power that is not given a la carte is no power.
Yes, the people willingly hand over power to you. That is what democracy is all about. If the people did not give it to you and you grab it and snatch it and run with it, then you have committed what? Fraud. It's as simple as that. Yes, in a democracy, the people, they willingly give you their word, their vote. Give you their word, their mandate. Oh yeah, take this is our right to protect us with it. Take it. They give it to you willingly. Do you vote under duress, Esther? You see, when people talk, you people don't sit down to interrogate it. Everybody has believed this nonsense that power is not given a la carte. Who told you?
Barrister,
is that the type of power we are talking about?
Barrister, you sound like you expected the outcome of today. From your demeanor, from your countenance and your reaction, you expected the outcome today.
Oh, and did it happen or not? No, did it happen or not? It's unfortunate. They say what an old man sees sitting down. But hold on, I'm not an old man. What an old man sees sitting.
You're not an old man. Who are you advertising yourself for?
A young man that climb Uniboti will not see it too. So that you don't say that I said it. But that's the reality. Everything I said did it not come to pass. That means my fear now is that if P2B have ventured because you want to be politically correct, you want to show solidarity, this is what would have happened to P2B Esther. Can you just imagine a lead counsel? They are now trying to rope him in. Contempt of court. Of course, that's the next thing. Contempt of court. That's the next thing they will charge him for. You can see. What I advise here, they say, no, why should you talk? They are even abusing me on social media. Go there. You will see how they are abusing me. Is it wrong for me to say, look, while we are pursuing this thing, let us use wisdom? Esther, please, is that what I said wrong? Is there any time I opened my mouth and I said, nobody should protest for Nnamdi Kanu? Did I ever say it? But look at how they are twisting it just to fit into their narrative. And I'm sure most of these people are not even Igbo people.
Most of who?
There most people that are saying all this thing against me. They are not from Igbo stock.
Against you?
Yes, in the social media.
Are you concerned about what they say about you?
No, I am not concerned, but I'm saying it that no, with this narrative now, ignorant people will buy into it.
What's the narrative about you on
the
social
narrative
media?
that I don't want the protest, I don't want Nnamdi Kanu, I have issue with the Showore.
Barrister, you are entitled to your opinion.
No, Esther, please. Most of the time, public opinion is very important because I have seen people that were destroyed because of public opinion. Jesus Christ died because of public opinion. True or false? He died. The same people that were saying Hosanna, Hosanna, when they get to Jerusalem, they say crucify him, crucify him.
That's human beings for you, Barrister. They are like that. So you should be used to them by now.
But we need to tell them that this is not how things are done. Look, when you want to do certain things, look at the person you are trying to approach for that favor. If there's a way you approach somebody for favor, the person will listen to you. True or false?
True.
There's another way you approach the same person. You say, if I see you here, I will kill you now. What is wrong with you? These are, manner of approach is very, very important. But all these young people, useful exuberance, let's go and protest. Let's go and protest. Let's go and protest. What do you protest?
But Barrister, I want to understand something. Are you saying that the protest was wrong because the matter is in court? Are you saying the convergence of persons? Remember something, this man has been kept in detention for 7 years and they don't know what they want to do about him. I don't know if you understand the psychological and mental impact it would have on somebody being detained somewhere for 7 years and the court has been using him to play Ludo or ping pong. Do you know the depreciation on his mental strength that would cause and the psychological anomaly it would create in his mindset, in his emotional stance, not having access as a man to do what he needs to do, and he's wasting away. And then you have a court system that is deliberately delaying, and you're saying that the protest or the manner with which it was done is not meant to be done. What other way do you think it would have been done?
I remember that initially we are clamoring that Nnamdi Kanu should be on trial. Remember?
The trial has commenced.
Hold on now, I'm coming. Initially, for how many years there was no trial? Binta Nyako was going back and forth and all that. Until Nnamdi Kanu said, I don't want her to.
That was during Buhari's tenure.
Good. Then eventually the trial started. And DSS, for all intent and purpose, they don't have any strong evidence against Nnamdi Kanu. And we are saying at this point now, these people, let the defense even go and, like Michael Zuckerman, trash all the charges, 15 charges against him at the appeal court. Remember? Michael Zuckerman trashed all of them and it was thrown out of the window. And we are thinking that with what the prosecutor have said, this case is not strong enough to convict Nnamdi Kanu. And we are praying that, look, by the time the defense even starts, they will trash all this because there's no strong evidence. That is where I was going, Esther. That is where I was going. Since the matter is on trial.
They shouldn't have done the protest.
And they have given a date. 6 days. Till the end of this month. This month. That's why I told you that this man is about to be released, Esther. Nnamdi Kanu is about, I am talking from the point of law. That is where I'm talking from. Since they have already started trial, is it your protest that will say, okay, we are no longer trying him, or yeah, let him go? Esther, is that possible? For God's sake, can such a thing happen? matter is on trial. They are giving a date, which is this month. And from what the prosecution have presented, this case is already dead. Why not allow this defense to finish? Because they have nothing against Nnamdi Kanu. It is only when they finish and you start seeing mago, maybe if there is need, we can now protest and say, no, this is miscarriage of justice, and lawyers will not come in. Lawyers will not come in.
Okay, so some people have used the opportunity to insult those who supported Omoyele Sowore. The APC supporters and those supporting the government, you know, they did a counter protest today saying that Nnamdi Kanu should not be released. Now, the APC supporters say that Sowore used their head, that they are very gullible and they know how to use their head, that the man used their head and now let them respond to whatever. But don't you think that beyond, even if Sowore knew that the protest may not yield any immediate impact, the thing is, the entire nation is talking about it, something that a few people say they were talking about. Now, it's on the lips of everyone. Almost all the media houses today were talking about this case from morning till evening. Is that not the kind of awareness that was meant to be created? That's part of the agenda.
Awareness that will result to what? Esther, awareness that will bring what result? That is the question. It's not just awareness that a matter is in court. And I pray they don't charge a Jimako for what? Contempt of court. I pray because that is sub judice. If ordinary people who are not aware, who don't know what the law is talking about, must you be there? If people should be cautious, it should be a lawyer Jimako being one of the lead counsel for Nnamdi Kanu. Can't you see what I'm saying here? This is a man who knows the nitty-gritty of that case. Imagine if he's not there on the 24th. Imagine if he's not there, Esther. What has the Sowore now brought to us? What? You can see, Esther. You can see. That money that they donated from within and outside Nigeria, who is with it? Esther, who is with that money? You just mentioned about 1 billion naira here.
Almost a billion, more than a billion. Obviously, people contributed. It's called logistics money to enable those feeding, drinks, expenses, bring in some people, maybe lodging at a hotel. For them, flight tickets, all of those things are all covered. You know, it's a way of trying to ensure that the kind of participation that is required is gotten.
Okay, at the end of now, why are they lamenting that somebody used their head?
It's not, no, I'm saying that it's some supporters of the government of the day that are saying that
somebody
they use their head. Yes.
It's the same way they're also using their own head. Those people that are doing counter protests. But I have done my analysis here and I'm saying, look, what these people planned would have happened if P2B have joined that protest.
They would have embarrassed him.
I'm telling you, they will rope something on his head. And put him out of circulation throughout this election period. What will you do? Esther, what will you do? That's the question. You can see why I was saying, be careful. Trade it cautiously. They say, no, let's go and protect. This is a P2B that everybody is what? Aiming at. Everybody is rooting for him. Now they want him to be incarcerated. And you think there was no plan. It's unfortunate, seriously. Very, very unfortunate. I don't know what these people would now say about what has happened. I don't know how they are going to explain it.
This thing that happened now. Let's listen to Benjamin Kalu.
In your houses, you'll be used as an scapegoat.
I don't know what that
means. They will target you and they will waste you. Igbos, we have died enough. Our blood has filled the street enough. Allow those who feel they can do it, let them go and do it. We'll be strong enough. For this protest, let us be weak. Now, let those ones who are strong, let them stand on the streets. Igbos, be weak now to sit at home. If there's any sit at home that will be effective, not the one you have done on Mondays, let it be the one that will happen at this protest. As one of the leaders of this country, as one of the leaders from the southeastern region that you love and you have confidence in, I am telling you, if you have never shown weakness before, let it be shown now. Igbos, we have shown strength in civil war. We have shown strength in agitation. We have shown strength in fighting for IPOB and Masob and all the rest of them. He is sitting at home. Please be weak now. Because they were looking for opportunity to slaughter you.
All right, so a couple of Nigerians were not happy with what Benjamin Kalu said. They said that he is part of the southeastern leaders that have derailed the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They're part of the people who has kept him there and does not want him to be released. Do you think his pre-warning to this protest is valid? Or you think that he is as been accused?
In the hierarchy of authority, he's number 6 in Nigeria.
Yes, he's number 6.
Good. For such a person, you mean he didn't have intel before he warned the Igbos against this protest? Look, whenever somebody is talking, don't be fixated. Don't have a fixated mindset. Say, this person is an APC, therefore he's talking rubbish. Listen to what he say, whether it has any sense or any meaning to you, before you now condemn him. When you say those things that are not proper, we'll be here to look into it and say, no, this one. But what he said, is it not right, Esther? No, tell me, is it not right? When he's warning the Igbo, you have spilled enough of your blood. Why do you want to spill more over a case that will be handled?
All right. Barrister, let me ask you this very important question. Very recently, Chukwuma Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, made a statement. He said that when Nnamdi Kanu is released, then they will now sit at a round table and discuss a means through which there will be a way of moving forward. Now, do you think from the time of Masob, the way the whole Biafran movement, the self-determination agitation, the method or the strategy that has been applied, do you think it has worked?
Look, if IPOB did not do what they did, Esther, Southeast will have become worse than Benue and Plateau. Quote me. I'm not joking. Up to tomorrow, I support what IPOB did to protect the Southeast.
Without the consent of the governors.
Hold on. Who told you that they wanted to consent?
But the governors did not. That is why they consider them. That is why they termed them what they termed them.
In this IPOB and ESN, I support them 110% because of what happened in Plateau and Benue. If we didn't have IPOB and ESN, it would have been worse than Benue and Plateau. In fact, I don't even know whether my house will still be there in the village. I'm not joking. I don't know. Yeah, some people would have occupied it. Yes.
I said from the time of Masob, the strategy with which the awareness and self-determination or secession call by Biafrans, you know, do you think the strategy was a right strategy? Do you think they had to change tactic? Because somehow it always feels like it's either they are betrayed by themselves or somebody uses their head, collects their money, and it doesn't turn out to be what it is turned out to be. And then at the end of the day, it feels like they would always be neutralized.
If the Igbo politicians have acted in unison, if they have listened to Nnamdi Kanu when he was calling them out, maybe things wouldn't have gone that way. But they distanced him. Because of Abuja, the fear of Buhari.
Some people felt that Nnamdi Kanu was too aggressive.
No. The fear of Buhari is the beginning of wisdom for these Igbo politicians. And this young man felt that, look, they will betray the cause or they have betrayed it.
Okay.
We are not ready to listen to him. And I tell you, is there nobody in Plateau on Benue when they sacked their villages and occupied it? Do you think that all those times they were making incursion in the Southeast, if nobody have stopped them, do you think it would have ended the way it ended? Esther, do you think so? Look, I repeat it, I support IPOB and the ESN up to 110%.
You support them?
I support them. Yeah,
up
till now. They are protecting the Southeast. What are you saying? They are protecting the southeast.
But a couple of people do not like the method with which they
method? I ask you, Esther,
in the southeast, and what culminated to some aspects insecurity.
I ask you another question: is there any place in the southeast or any place in Nigeria where IPOB is have taken over, and then the villagers are paying them protection money for them to go to their farm? Is there any place you have heard of such a thing? Please tell me.
IPOB has always distanced itself from anything violent.
Good. So what are you now telling me? We should have folded our arms. When it was time for Igbo to act, they acted. And that was what brought about IPOB and ESN. Didn't the government say that you should form a vigilante group? We formed our own. And they have been protecting the people of the southeast. All these other riffraff that they brought in to come and give IPOB a bad name, we are not interested. We are not interested. We have called them out. All those bad people they imported into the southeast to give IPOB a bad name, we refuse to listen to them. So IPOB, for me, they have done a very good job. I'm not joking.
Okay.
IPOB and ESN, yes.
Making reference to the protest, some persons will say Shorore has done something that the southeastern leaders, the traditional leaders, the politicians could not do. In this 7 or 8 years Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated, that, some of the elders in the southeast ought to be thankful to him for doing what he did. He risked his life. We saw the videos where he was shot at. Anything could have happened to him in the course of this. If you want to look at his ethnic background, they'll say Showore is a Yoruba man, but he is detribalized. He is standing for transparency, justice, and fairness. So in other words, why do a couple of people still think that he's a platform by somebody else?
We don't know what was fired. Is it rubber bullet or stun gun or actual bullet? You mean if they want to shoot Showore, they cannot get him, Abi? Hold on. The way you are saying it, you mean if they truly want to shoot Showore, they can't get him, Abi? Are you serious? Let us leave that one. Let nobody be deceived that a Yoruba man have done favor for them. We have done more favor to them than they have done for us. If not for Humphrey Nwosu, nobody would have been talking about June 12 today. And Humphrey Nwosu was an Igbo man who made sure that Abiola's votes were counted. Two of us. Why didn't he compromise when Babangida and David Mark were breathing down his neck? When it was rumored that they even slapped him, but he said there was nothing like that. But they mounted pressure on him not to announce the result. But he went ahead to do it. Was he sacrificing for an Igbo man? Please tell me. Was it not what Humphrey Nwosu did that made us to remember June 12 today? Sir. Is that not sacrifice? The man would have said,
the point is, he would have decided to sit in his house, maybe just tweet, and not actively partake in it. He put himself out there, a stray bullet, the canister, the tear gas could have done something harmful to him.
What Iwanamu did, and all the Igbo leaders from Ezife to Mbazulike to Iwanamu, you mean all those visits they made to where Nnamdi Kanu is and to Aso Rock, it is useless, Abi? No, tell me now. Because when you people talk like this, it's not as if people have not done anything.
No, nobody is saying that.
Elderly
but just saying that, considering the fact that this APC from 2015 do not like anything called protest, criticism, any form of dissent, whatever, you would say that it was a huge risk. He supposedly knew the repercussion, the consequences of this.
At a point in time, the Igbos would have protested against what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not joking. If this protest did not happen today, in future, in fact, in the nearest future, the Igbos would have organized a protest against what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu.
That would have been later.
Yes, that would have been more serious than this.
You think so? They've been protesting in the southeast with a sit at home every Monday.
Yes,
is that not enough?
Good. That one, no, is bad because the one you are talking about is the one of Abuja.
No,
the Igbos would have done it.
I'm talking about in the southeast.
Because you don't recognize the one they are doing in the southeast now. Sit at home because of Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody recognizes all those efforts, Abi. You have not recognized it. But I'm telling you that this protest, the Igbos would have still carried it out. If it didn't happen today, they would have done it. to that place where Nnamdi Kanu is even head, or National Assembly or Aso Rock, we would have done it eventually. I'm not joking, and that will be at the right time. Yes, at the right time, when it was obvious to the whole world that yes, something is happening here. That's the truth. We would have done it. So you remember that there was a sit at home at the Southeast, Abi? Imagine a whole region sitting at home every Monday because of one man, and you said that we are not doing anything extra. Can it happen in any other part of this country? Can any region at all? It had never happened.
But would you say that what he did could be something you could use as a symbol for all Nigerians to come together and say, okay, you know what, if injustice is injustice, we should call it out. We shouldn't view things from a prism of it's not my concern, it's not my person, it's not my tribe, it's not my political affiliate. I have not political affiliation or religious leaning to it. But when you see something that is wrong, you call it out, and when you see something that is right, you state it. What if you have Nigerians with that kind of mentality with what Sowore was able to exhibit?
Everybody is free to think whatever, but what we are talking of, how results will come.
Okay.
There is no way APC will go to the Southeast to canvass for votes without releasing Nnamdi Kanu. I am sure of that. That is where we are waiting for them. Even all these people that ran into APC, that is where their people are waiting for them. You entered APC without any condition, without anything, you didn't bring anything to the table. How is that done? We are waiting for them to come and canvass for votes in the South without releasing Nnamdi Kanu. You know that will never happen. You know it will never happen. So as I was telling you, and I've been telling you, they will release Nnamdi Kanu very, very soon. That one is not debatable. Okay. They can't. Yes, they can't.
Aloy Ejimako says that as it stands, it lies with President Tinubu to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because once the president holds the prosecution, the trial ends. In other words, the buck stops at the president's table. Nonetheless, the courts can step in to stem the tide of injustice. So, do you think that that's what it is?
Of course. But Tinubu will eventually release Nnamdi Kanu because they have no case against him.
Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu needs to apologize to the president for some of the rhetorics that were said about President Tinubu at the time when he was not yet a president? If you recall some of his live broadcasts against the president, do you think that this is one of the reasons that is impeding the president from considering a political solution to this?
Okay. They should now prosecute that particular Sheikh Tenshi. Okay. Who said that Tinubu's wife should be killed because she's a Christian, she's an infidel. They should prosecute her, then give that man a pardon too. Abi? Let us start from there. It's
all
important.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a very short break, and then when we return, the evening rush continues. My name is Esther Wachiko. You've been listening to Barrister Darlington Agumwa on Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
Customer, welcome. What you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get am. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover-wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy-duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J, na you biko.
Lagos, are you ready? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is here. Join us on Saturday, 1st November 2025 at the Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road for the biggest gathering of real estate minds in Nigeria. Come and discover how to profit from the booming housing demand in Nigeria. Explore funding and investment opportunities that work. Gain insights and government housing policies shaping the market. Experience the latest prop tech innovations transforming property ownership. Network with top developers, investors, and policy makers all in one room. Don't miss this power-packed event. Registration is 50,000 naira only, with full access to sections, exhibitions, with premium networking and refreshment. How to register? Make payment to VOPFM account number 112-416-8488. Again, 112-416-8488. Zenith Bank. Send your proof of payment via WhatsApp to 0707 115 4297 0707 115 4297.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And this is the Evening Rush. Quite a number of Nigerians participated. Some people actually left Lagos to go to Abuja to be part of this protest. Some people were actually very serious about it. They wanted to be on the field to experience it. Okay, so Barrister Darlington, something quite unfortunate happened today in Borno State. You know, so while according to the Army Acting Director today of Army Public Relations, Major Apollonia Anili, troops of Operation Harding High successfully repelled a planned terrorist attack, but suffered heavy casualties in the process. In one of the encounters, one of the commanding officers, Lieutenant Colonel Aliyu Saidu Paiko, and a few other gallant soldiers paid the supreme price. Barry said this is not the first time a couple of our young soldiers paid the supreme price for things like this. And at the end of the day, we see some of the governors and some of the security agents having a peace deal with these guys, and they let them go with their weaponry. They will let them go with their guns and whatever ammunition they have with them. So what is the effect of this peace deal if the deal is surrender all your arms? Okay, we don't want you to be part of this, but then punitive measures will be applied. So if there are no punitive measures applied, these individuals are supposedly given a home, they are given whatever social amenities they can use to sustain themselves, and it's almost like, you know what, don't worry, we won't prosecute you. Then those that have died in the cause of this, what was the justice that prevailed?
Esther, one of the things you do when you enter the military is to sign away your life. That is a fact. But dying a needless and avoidable death is what I am against. Seriously. If the military have been given the marching order and the right to support, this thing wouldn't have festered for this long, this terrorism. We have had so many testimonies and evidence about these terrorists and how government is pampering them, how they rehabilitate them, how they support them.
Okay.
How they are doing everything to placate them. And these are the same people you have sent the military to go and fight. At their back, you are pampering them, you are dying and whining with them. This is very annoying. The same people will now feel so emboldened to even face the military. I mean, this idea of rehabilitating these people, I didn't see any need. Because the same people will now be giving their own brothers in the bush information, intel about what is going on. And then the government is aware, yet they rehabilitate them. And you now send the military to go and die in the bush. Look, Esther, if this is unheard of, this thing can cause even anger among the military people. When they look at this and say, come, what are we fighting? After making all the effort and bring these people in, you now rehabilitate them, pamper them, feed them, give them everything they need. Whining and dining with them. Then you now tell us to go inside the bush and begin to fight the same people again. Then there is no need.
Barrister, you mentioned how this could debilitate the
It
psyche
could be anger,
of the military.
yes.
I'm sure you heard on Friday evening, Saturday precisely, about the supposed coup attempt on the president.
I'm telling you.
On the political spotlight, I had a conversation with some gentlemen here in the studio, and I said a coup d'etat cannot take place within this administration for certain factors, and I reeled out. But a couple of Nigerians said, no, Esther, you cannot be certain about that because things are really not going well, and that when a coup is supposed to take place, it doesn't start with the senior officers or the generals, it starts with the low-ranking officials. But then, while that story circulated all across for almost more than 24 hours, the military now came out yesterday to tell us that the publication that released that information, which was Sahara Reporters, owned by Omoyele Sowore, they said that the said claim or the said publication, that what this printed out was malicious, it was entirely false, and that it was intended to cause unnecessary tension and distrust amongst the populace. That the decision regarding the cancellation of the Independence Anniversary Parade was to allow Mr. President attend a strategic bilateral meeting outside the country and for members of the AFN to sustain the momentum on the fight against terrorism, insurgency and banditry. And concerning the case of the young officials who supposedly had issues, that they're investigating the 16 officers, that it is a routine internal process aimed at ensuring discipline and professionalism is maintained within the ranks. But here is the thing. They denied that there was no coup attempt. The Nigerian military, as we know, would have sued that publication. They would have said, we're taking you to court. Who is your source? Or the editor or the owner of that publication would have been invited by the DSS and would have been intensely questioned and queried as to who is your source amongst us that gave you this kind of story for you to authentically, brazenly print it out and it's circulated. None of that happened. Could this be a cover-up?
Of course. You don't need to be told, because that's the first thing. When you publish a seditious article, it is subject to court litigation.
Okay.
Yes. That is the first thing. Then, of course, they wouldn't even go there because they will open a can of worms. I'm not joking. They wouldn't go there because they have their sources. They might even mention some names, and the military wouldn't want this name to come out and sing a canary.
Sing what?
Sing a canary, or no, divulge what they have.
So what is canary?
There are other things that is
a canary bird.
Whatever. There are other things that is paining the military. They don't want to say it out. Maybe with this case, it will help them to say out most of the things that we don't even know. That is what they are keeping in the under the wraps. Remember the case of one time ago when Igbo and some Fulani officers quarreled in one barracks and there was a shootout. Remember, it was covered. Nobody said anything. They just dismissed it and nothing was said. So there are things that have been happening. It's just that nobody wants to say it. But let me ask you, 6 months old pregnancy, do you hide it? It's not possible.
The campaigns for 2027 has begun amidst Nigerians complain of hunger, insecurity, and a host of other issues as well. During the weekend, we saw Yahaya Bello did a convergence. He called for his supporters and saying that Kogi State is APC, that the president doesn't necessarily need to come to Kogi State for any form of campaign. It's not necessary, that the state is already an APC state and he has won the state. We know that Yahaya Bello has to appear in court. He has criminal cases to respond to, especially with misappropriation of funds as the governor of Kogi State before, Usman Udodo came on board. And I don't know why he's been there. So it's quite funny because Oluyede told us that he would resign if what's his name, Yahaya Bello, is not prosecuted. This man openly came out to start campaigning. Now remember that INEC has not given any official timetable for campaigns to begin, but we're already seeing people boldly, brazenly campaigning with shirts, with gatherings, with the whole theater of the whole ordeal. Some persons will say that in the milestone of our democratic dispensation, the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has broken all the limitations on, or every form is actually being considered with this administration. How would you describe this scenario?
That is the impunity of and arrogance that characterize this administration. Impunity and arrogance, destruction of all our institutions, compromising all our institutions, that nothing is left again except 2027. For this 2027, everything has been compromised. This Yahaya Bello that is making noise. If you are looking for evidence, this is an open and closed case. That money he paid to that American school, which they returned, is a strong evidence. You don't need to start delaying or postponing or whatever. But because he is a white lion, Abi, yes, he said he's a white lion. And so nothing will happen.
He said he's an angel.
He said he's a white lion. Yes. Esther, look at your country.
It's our country, so we're bringing
it's your own, no, it's your own. I'm beginning to distance myself from this nonsense, seriously.
So where you want to go? You want land for moon?
Look, you don't understand how we are being diminished outside here. At least, no country is free from corruption, but their own is minimal. In fact, those who are corrupt in other countries, they hide it. Esther, they don't even want you to know. They do everything to hide it. But in Nigeria, it is working on all fours. Because unless you are that corrupt, nobody will celebrate you in Nigeria. Yes, they don't hiding it again. It has become the norm. That is where it is very annoying. And they splash it on your face. That is splash it and ask you, what can you do? And you are telling me a country that is heading towards this direction is meant to want to survive. No, tell me, how can Nigeria move forward with this type of thing? That people are now celebrating corruption. That is celebrating it at the highest level. I was talking of the 210 trillion naira that they are looking for. Well, somebody told me that what is 210 trillion? Esther, how much are we owing outside here? 149 or 152 trillion. But 210 trillion is missing.
Disappear. Snake swallow them.
They said it's for the past 10 years. Are you serious? Who is in power for the past 10 years? Who is in power? Esther, who is in power for the past 10 years? Nigerians. You can see. Esther, imagine what that kind of money will do to the life of Nigerians. When I told you here that I can give subsidy, people thought I was just making noise. That money can pay subsidy on fuel, pay subsidy on electricity, even show up the naira. And Nigerians will live a comfortable life, but some people have taken it and put it in their pocket. And you are telling me that I'm talking rubbish. That is what I'm telling you. This is the money they would have used to tell me any country outside here that somebody or some people will gather and take away this kind of money from the coffers of the government. And now you are looking for it. Saudi Arabia, they are not even paying taxes. I told you this thing before. In Dubai, they only pay for their rent. Water and electricity, they don't pay. They don't pay. People are enjoying the dividend of the oil money. Free gift of nature. In Nigeria, some people corner it and still punish us for stealing our money. Well, no, tell me any country that can move forward with this kind of behavior. We are just 210 or 20 million. No? America is 300. China is 1.4 billion. And they are moving forward, Esther. China, 1.4 billion. They are moving forward. They even have money to borrow you. And the one you have, some people have stolen it. Esther, stolen it.
Barrister, they say the corruption in Nigeria is a systematic thing.
True talk.
It's systematic to the point that when you come, the civil servants themselves are the ones that will indoctrinate you. If you are not, if you refuse to be indoctrinated, they will kick you off.
Your civil servant will kick you off.
They will plan you.
Are you serious? Civil servants.
Civil servants. They're the ones that in those sectors. They're the ones that will plan you. They're the ones that will teach you how to go about it. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
You mean it's not true?
I said it's a lie.
Okay.
You are the head. Whatever you want in your ministry, that is what will happen. Esther, we had a P2B in Anambra. Esther, he may not be a saint, but let all the governors behave like a P2B. You know, he may not be a saint, but let all of them behave like P2B. Let all the presidents behave like P2B, and you see how Nigeria will be. It's an assignment. What are you telling me? All the things he said about his leadership in Anambra, have anybody debunked it?
Some persons were not comfortable with his style of
leadership.
Oh,
yes. At the end of the day now, who benefited? If William Obiano have continued from where P2B stopped, don't you know where Anambra would have been to? Now that Soludo is trying to even meet up with what the P2B did. Soludo is trying. If they can continue in that trajectory, why not?
All right, Barrister, we need to open the phone line. But finally, the African Democratic Congress has suspended its national vice chairman, South, and former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Dr. Usaini Uguru Usaini, over alleged anti-party activities and conduct deemed injurious to the party's unity and progress. Amoyele Shuere said on a podcast very recently that the ADC is a party of the APC. The ADC is being controlled by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In fact, he said the coalition is planned, purported, strategically put together by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself. Everyone in the ADC, according to what Chiwore said, is working for President Bola Tinubu. That it's an opposition that was created by the president, and he controls the strings. Very recently, the chairman of the APC, Yowata, said that some persons from the ADC will be defecting to the APC. So do you think this person that was caught could be one of those?
Yes, that's what is going on, Esther. They are using money. So
are you saying this ADC as a strong political party?
Yes, they are using money to compromise all the opposition. But I'm telling you, it will cause problem, Esther. It will cause problem definitely. I don't need anybody to tell me. By the time all this opposition is compromised, and some of them did not even participate in the election, and only you went for the election, and they declare you the winner. Even your conscience will not allow you to remain in that office because of what you have done. Your conscience will be telling you that no, you overdid it. PDP allowed APC to exist. Esther, true or false? True. Why is it that APC doesn't want any other party to exist in Nigeria, Esther? You can see what we are talking about. How our own democracy has been messed up by one man and one man only. Our own democracy, look at how it has been bastardized. And people are celebrating strategy, whatever. Is it what you call strategy, Esther? Using our resources, our money to compromise the institutions. Is there any other thing? Is it not money that is talking here? Is it not money? Is there anybody that is doing this in free of charge? No, it's money.
Barrister, some people will say give the president more time. If you were patient with Buhari, why can't you be patient with Tinubu?
Are you because we thought that after Buhari, we will not see those things that he promised us. It is when we did not see anything that people would not say, another 8 years of wasted whatever. Because that's what it's going to be now. It's going to be another 8 years of wasted adventure, wasted money, wasted democracy. That's what it's going to be. That is why people woke up and said, no, we will not take this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin to take your reactions right about now. It's 8:21 p.m. So I already see tons of messages already and calls already coming in. So let me call the number 08036. Pardon my voice. I think it's the flu. I'm I'm trying to recuperate. I've been taking loads of lemon and honey so that my voice can return. So I think it's the weather. All right, the number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. And then the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
Good evening,
sir. What's your name, please?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I am Mr. Francis.
Okay.
Calling from Satellite Town.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
You see, Barrister, that is a long life for you because I've been listening to you. I am Mr. Francis, the man, the grandma, I did the blood.
Yes, I know your story, yeah.
Please, you see, some time ago, this number 2011, where somebody organized protest in Ojota against Jonathan. People eat, drink, and today nobody can hold protest again. Somebody some time ago, yes, in this country, I don't call anybody, but we know where we are going. Now, the same protest some time ago, I beat somebody. I remember 2011 when somebody said you make somebody government or governable, and nobody was arrested. Why now? What is going on? How are we going to have peace? I mean, we don't hear any good thing about this party since 2015. But I am looking for our children. The children when me and you they born today. I didn't wait for them. But today, make 5 years I kept there in that Ojota, in that project. In that project I was there. I am the one where AY called me there for shoulder. I am the one man sitting in that big picture. So why like this? Now through this party, nobody can express his feeling again. Nobody can express say anything again. Even the journalists, the president, they don't want them to even talk again. Oh God, send that to this country.
Amen.
Thanks so much. No, God save this country. We're not people like who cannot see, they cannot give a job. The people say that they will be giving us 5,000. So 2050 when they come, the people like who cannot see, they will give us a job. Where is it today? Where is it? Now they want to come again another 8 years to waste for nothing. Let us give another party a good trial, and let people set up people trial. No way.
Let them.
God do.
I know
God do.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much. 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. Alrighty. Good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. What's your name?
My name is Meg. I'm calling from First Park.
Mio, your voice is different today. Are you having cold like me or you're eating bitter cola?
Like your own voice now. I'm trying to copy you.
Mio, go ahead. Welcome.
Well done. You see, what is happening is so unfortunate. Like Brother was analyzing about this land issue. We are proud of this. Yes, I agree with him that he said this. There's like lack at the end of the tunnel. But if it is this government, I don't even see them. If not, yes. So we may have taken that to yes, because this government, I don't see them doing the right thing. Because now the country has no case to answer, and they want to keep on dilly-dallying. Maybe till after the seven. So at least let this one that happened today, let the whole world hear that this injustice is getting out of hand. So let the whole world see that this government is bent on committing illegality. This is the same man that quoted all of us sorry. The same man that was castigating Novatanja for withholding his local government election funds. And he's withholding our Tuesday. So it's just that do as I say, don't do as I do. So it's so unfortunate because if this trajectory continues for the next, maybe still have like a year or so to end this regime, this administration, then enter another 4 years. I don't know where this country will be. So it's better for Nigerians to rally around and take back this country because for me this is like a state capture.
All right, thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you? Oh wow, I thought I already. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. Okay.
Esther, you remember Bangladesh and Nepal? I pray.
Hello?
Hello, good evening. Yes. Why did you drop the call? I already picked your call.
Oh, sorry, Esther.
Good evening. Welcome.
My name is Robert.
Robert, welcome, sir.
Barrister Darlington, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Robert. How are you?
I'm fine. Esther,
sir,
I want to tell you something. If you take cockroach to a court where fowl preside, I think you will not get justice. Am I right?
Yes, no.
Because fowl they chop cockroach. That is what is happening in Nigeria. This barrister that is with you there, I want Nigerians to worship him. Though he's not God, though. You see, sometimes when he speak, it's like he's a prophet. You have already seen the future. Last week, NMA, Nigeria Medical Association, they carry out a medical report on Nnamdi Kanu, and they said that the sickness that is disturbing him is not, he can still face trial. Is that not what they came up with?
Exactly.
Okay. Which means they have already made up their mind that Nnamdi Kanu must face trial and possibly face prosecution.
Yeah.
Then the question is, if you carry placards to Abuja and you say you want to say free Kanu, will it change the mind of the government? That is one. Secondly, what about the people that I saw Showore running today, though he tried anyway to learn his word, but what about the fate of those that were arrested that are in DSS region today? What will be their fate? That is the question that we should ask ourselves.
He went to the detention, the SARS detention today.
Are they going to be released?
Well, hopefully they will.
Free of
they did
charge?
not do anything wrong. They were just practicing.
So you see, at times, even I listened to DG Adeyanju. I saw what he wrote of. He said, any march that will not, any protest that will not take up to 1 million people, that he will not come out. You understand? So let us be careful in this country. The government have already made up their mind that Nnamdi must face possibly prosecution.
I think Deji and Showore herself are no longer friends because of the tone Deji has been speaking up, like the way Deji has been speaking lately. I don't know if you noticed, before anywhere Showore goes, Deji is always with him, but I think somehow it's no longer like that. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
My name is Emeka calling from Apapa. Please, I know for this thing, Nigeria should come out and do what UNAPA are doing. So that this
Hello? You can't call on national radio and make such a statement like that. Do you understand?
What was he saying?
No, I cut him off. I didn't allow that to come out here.
But what did he say?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
But please be careful when you come up on national radio to make some certain statements. Please, it could be considered treasonable felony. Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
I'm fine. This is Emeka from Ogun State.
Emeka, how is Ogun State today?
Okay, are you hearing me?
I can hear you. I'm asking you, how is Ogun State today?
Okay, I want to talk in the area of our military.
Hello?
I can't hear you, but I know you can hear me.
Go ahead.
So in the area of the military, I want to begin to ask a question. For how long our military, I'm talking about the military of Nigeria that's supposed to be number one in the whole world, for how long will they be dying like fowl in the hand of the politicians? For how long will the politicians be using our soldiers for politics?
I'm telling you.
For how long? How many of their children are in soldiers? How many of the politicians' children are in soldiers, and how many of them are in the war for? In the front of that, in all this battle. For how long will all this? When will all this stop? When will soldiers wake up, say enough is enough? Politicians, civilians using them in this way, making them look as if they are not any longer, and yet they close their mouths. Why would they say enough is enough in all these things? Look at how we are hearing news, and they are busy preparing for election of 2027. They don't care about the blood that wasting. They don't care about the people that are dying. no.
Why? Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome.
Good
What's your
evening,
name?
Darlington. My name is Shooter. Good evening, Darlington.
Well done.
Yeah, I'm calling from my papa.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I told people the other day that I called. They should listen to you. You have given your opinion. You understand? And even the way the Showore speak with Esther that day about people, it does. I was so angry. Making me asking Esther, why? It's not like that. You know, sometimes those people are looking the way they will destroy this people division. Look at it. Look at what just happened. Look at what just happened. And this is what they are planning. That's why many people now are forcing P2B to tell them where P2B is going, this and that. Because they want to do something. So what I'm telling Nigerians, let them wait for P2B. Anytime that is come out, let them just, people that want change for this Nigeria, let them come out and vote this man. So that all this nonsense will stop. We are suffered enough. All this nonsense will stop. Those APC government, they want to, destroy this country, and they have already destroyed this country. So that is, I'm not happy for what is happening, what is going on.
No, I don't think anybody is happy. I don't think
seriously.
same Nigerian.
And I'm saying, Esther, instead of them to kill P2B, let him allow them to pass. Those people that are pursuing them, they will see them, not P2B.
Hey, turn down the volume of your radio. Hello?
Let them go and continue with their power monger.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Good evening, Nesta.
How are you? This is Boyson,
I'm
right?
Darlington. I greet you.
Well done.
Is this Boyson?
Thank you very much. This is Boyson calling from Afromedia.
I got his name right. Boyson, welcome. I got your name right. Yeah.
You see, what happened today, honestly speaking, I don't even know how to describe it. That somebody in the past who claimed to be fighting for democracy is the one now denting the image of democracy. Honestly speaking, I am baffled and I am so much disappointed. In the past, Esther, I don't know how old you were then. So many years ago, our president, sitting president now, fought against the military. He fought against the military. He did so many things to show that democracy, comes to stay. But today, that same democracy, we never knew that he was just fighting for himself. What a country. And we are keeping quiet. Look at people who went out to protest for bad governance, for injustice meted to one of their people. And now you send people to go and tear gas them because you are God, demigod. Esther, mark my word, I don't know how it will happen, but I know that something sinister is going to happen because it is too bad. I must confess. I rest my case. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Boyson, for calling. Okay. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. What's your name? Pastor Blessing, welcome.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. So, you see, I'm happy to hear your voice. I'm happy to hear your voice. You now think that contacted the show interview. And after that, they say a lot of people against They say that you don't want to against you that what is happening now? There are people that are living in Africa, you know that they just shoot the road, so they will leave you. Nigerian brother is living at that in Africa, so that they can't leave them, so they leave you. And they carry other people like this.
Of course.
And you can see what is happening. So we can do that problem. We haven't heard the not that people, that's what happening. I think the real one is the one who is very
All right, thank you very much for calling. Okay, 08036929933, 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. Okay, I've picked your call, but you're not responding. Okay, hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir.
Esther, my dear.
Good evening, sir.
Barrister, my dear.
Go ahead.
What is your name?
This is Mr. Frank from Abia State. Local government.
Wow, you're calling all the way from Abia?
Yes.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much.
Frank, Hapla Lagos.
Esther, you are not allowing Barrister Darlington to talk.
Oh, Barrister, you're not talking like this. You're not talking rich.
Barrister, let me give you one something.
Okay.
Do you know that the plan of this people, assuming that Tinubu was in front, along with Shewere and Benjamin Kanu, they could have arrested the Tinubu today.
Of course.
Do you know that their plan has failed?
I'm telling you.
Well, Esther, my dear, I have collected that, my dear, from Barrister. Barrister is no more calling Esther, my dear. It's me now.
I get the
very soon now, when I finish what I'm doing in the other state, I'll come back to Lagos. When I call Esther, my dear, please answer me. Leave Barrister alone.
Frank, if that is the case.
Leave Barrister alone. Barrister is my dear. Esther is my dear. Barrister is no more calling Esther, my dear.
If that's the case.
And then, most serious note. And I thank God. For now, this is after so many things now. I never hear that somebody has been killed. Nobody should be killed. Are you getting it?
Yes.
I've been hearing of arrest, no problem. They should not kill anybody. Both the protesters, both the people, police. You know, last week, police were protesting of not paying their money.
That is
either their or for whatever. But they never know that it is nemesis that is catching on them. Even if the government should say they should stop protesting, the government should tell them to shoot people, but it's Darlington. I am not telling Esther, my dear, goodbye, but I'm telling you bye-bye.
All right, good night, sir. Thank you for calling.
Esther, you know the police is a friend of Showore.
Really?
Yes, he helped them protest for their...
And they were shooting at him today.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why they did not even arrest him.
Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, please?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening. Welcome.
Esther, are you hearing me?
Yes,
very well. We can hear you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes. Can you? You're watching me, right? So
good evening.
I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Marcia. I'm calling from Germany.
Exactly.
Marcia, welcome.
My question is, please, I want to ask Mr. Darlington. Does Nigeria practice democracy?
We are not.
Does Nigeria practice democracy?
We are not.
Does Nigeria? My question is, does Nigeria practice democracy? Because
we are not.
Democracy. This is not democracy at all.
It's not.
A few days ago, in America, more than 10 million people came out to demonstrate against Trump.
Exactly.
Even including senior opposition Democrats, senior senators, senior reps. They came out. And nobody tear gassed them, nobody arrested them, nobody pushed them around. Senior Democrats. So why is Nigerian police and the military arresting unarmed, innocent protesters? Mr. Darlington is saying Peter Obi would have been arrested because we are not practicing democracy in Nigeria. If we do, everybody can come out and protest. I think you can come out and protest. Everybody is allowed. It's a democracy. So saying that Peter Obi would have been arrested, that means you are trying to tell us that we are not, civilized enough to practice democracy.
We are not at all.
You have the right to protest. Everywhere in Germany, everywhere in the West, as long as you're not violent, as long as you're not carrying weapons. So if they are arrested, that means we are not practicing democracy at all. And Boris are saying that the lawyers, the content of court. That is wrong. The lawyer has the right to protest for his client. Over here, the lawyer has the right to come out and say what you are doing to my client is bad and go on the street, and people follow him or her. So are we not human beings like these white people? Why are we encouraging this kind of absurdity? We're talking about the content of court. What is content of court? In Nigeria, you hear people who are telling you, "Oh, don't discuss the matter; it's in the court." That is absolute rubbish. Here in Germany, here in America, if the case is in the court, you come out and see, and then you discuss it. You discuss everything. Why are we so primitive in 2025? And Showore has done a great job. If you come over here, what is trending here in X is Nnamdi Kanu. People are asking you, who is this Nnamdi Kanu? Anybody who is condemning what Showore is doing, that person is dishonest. Thank you.
Thank you,
All
my
right,
brother.
Thank you, Mercy. Barrister, you're dishonest.
But
you're dishonest.
You
know what Mercy said?
Yes, he doesn't know what is going on.
Hello, good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Koboko, who is the flog? Who is the flog with this Koboko self? Who is the flog?
The flog.
Every time, Koboko.
Go ahead.
What is happening now for this protest? It's very, very unfortunate because of we're supposed to be a best country in this life. But what we are practicing is democratic dictatorship, democratic plutocracy, democratic fascism, democratic narcissism. Our president is the leader and the godfather of protest, and he's afraid of what happened from January 9, 2012 when I entered from Onitsha to Pega when I spent my money because of the mover. Is also killing democracy. Why can't you do what we are talking about? Just the only thing of Nnamdi Kanu why they know him because of an Igbo man. He lead the secret of colonization and he asking for secession. If he cannot implement emancipation, reintegration, rehabilitation and reconstruction promised to January 1970 you are taking us like a third-class citizen. You are pushing us from the southeast with the Nigerian soldiers. You are putting us in Lagos for breaking our houses and our shop in Philadelphia. So what do you want us to do again? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir, we're hearing you.
Hello? So what I want to say in conclusion, I thank God for a life of the switch that they released that video where they will shoot Nigeria. But the Nigerian is well failed. I'm not better than them. They are my mentor and they are my hero. Are you hearing me? But what I want to tell you is that anybody that is still saying MP, remember that is Indian around with the towel. I don't need that committed suicide. Gaddafi was killed in a water tunnel by a police copper. Let them remember. Let them remember. Let them when go start. My best be said they will not enter plane like a Indian around, like in the past planet Amazon. We can't complain like this. For the phone natural resources, untouchable line, unvisited toilet access center. I never
very much.
I don't need to go again. For what now?
Yes, thank you so
You want to collect us again?
Thank you. Well done, Koko. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome. What's your name?
Well, this is Daniel calling from Oshodi.
All right, Mr. Daniel, welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, in fact, I want to say I'm not in support of what the federal government is doing to Nnamdi Kanu. If they have no case, they should just let him go, free him. But where the angle I'm coming now, I don't know why people are mentioning P2B. Adibini is in front. It's not P2B that is calling for protest now. Ishore. Yeah. So we shouldn't make it as P2B something.
Yeah.
People, small thing will start mentioning P2B. So I think that's my own take on that. Then for the military,
yeah.
I think I want to believe the military. There's no coup. Nobody is planning any coup. Sure, all this news is coming from him. And to me, I think it's becoming too. I don't know. It's biting more than what you can chew. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Yes, good evening. My name is Ralph from Satellite.
Ralph from Satellite. Ralph, it's been a long time.
You're welcome. The issue with Showore is that Showore did well today. I commended him for what he did. He did a great thing. But I heard one by saying that soon the reason and the Canisa will not compare. I don't understand. This APG campaign is doing before Tinubu assumed office. Nobody will stop them from campaigning and nobody will reason and because of election. That's just the fact. We know this is Tinubu never recognize our vote talking about the two policemen Igbo they will really Nnamdi for them to vote for him. There's something like that. So I think what you did is just he need a food whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not about when we do protest, it's people to be dying up and down or fight. It's your record to at least today I can leave to more than 5 radio stations today to discuss about this issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
Exactly.
From moment to this moment. It's something. Yeah. And people on social media are trending. So we achieve something. That's why there's something they arrest. And also tell me that barrister is unfortunate to contest because the case is the court. I've seen where they are doing court case inside the court. People are protesting outside the court.
Yeah.
I've seen the video. I don't know what barrister is going to do this analysis at times. We need to rest. We do so much today. Collaboration for me to this morning has been very busy. We need to rest.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for calling. So, barrister, why do you make it seem? Because Aloy Ejimakor is an individual, he's a citizen, and he has a right to participate in a protest, even if he's a legal counsel to the person that is being prosecuted. So why would you say that he doesn't have the capacity? He can do both. He can do both. He has a right to be both.
Esther.
Sir?
He is the lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu,
So?
and he's an officer in the Temple of Justice. He knows the law.
What is that the law prevents him as an individual?
If a matter is in court, you don't do this. You may support other people, but for you to be at the forefront protesting against the government you are having issues with.
Okay, so let me read out what Barrister Evans Ufeli said. Barrister Evans Ufeli said, first, every lawyer remains a citizen with rights to free speech and assembly. Participation in a public protest does not ipso facto amount to professional misconduct. That Aloy Ejimakor acted both as a lawyer and a citizen when he joined the peaceful demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. That dual role must be understood and respected. A strong defense of his conduct rests on 3 interlocking principles: the lawyer's right to free expression and civic participation, the narrow and specific scope of the sub judice rule, and the proper limit of executive commentary on professional discipline.
And that comes to interpretation of statute. What if the court now chooses the second one he mentioned?
Which one?
Sub judice.
What sub judice? How? Didn't you just hear what he said?
What did you read?
He is a citizen first.
No, read that 3 conditions he gave.
The 3 interlocking principles:
yes.
a lawyer's right to free expression and civic participation, the narrow and specific scope of the sub judice rule, and the proper limits of executive commentary on professional discipline.
Narrow and are you telling me that the sub judice is no longer in our laws? Is that what you are trying to say?
Mr. Darlington, let me
No, tell me, is it not in our laws?
Let me take some messages. Good evening, Oga Darlington and Esther. Anyone that enters through the back door of INEC and judiciary can never be accountable to you. It's like putting an agbero in a vote of a central bank. It will loot it aground. And this is Lekon from Lagos. All right. Good evening, VOP. Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader, has not been released despite multiple court rulings in his favor. The Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted Kanu in 2022, ordering his release. The FG refuses. Again, the Supreme Court later reversed the acquittal and ordered Kanu's trial to continue at the Federal High Court, Abuja. This decision has been a point of contention, with Kanu's lawyers arguing that the Supreme Court overstepped its bounds. What else do you want? These things could cause chaos. Please let him go. Mr. Ogunbiyi from Idimu. Okay, this person says, Barrister Darlington, I salute you. All you said concerning this protest has come to play out today. From what I saw today and the arrest made so far, without Showore being arrested like others, the motive, I thank God for Peter because he was the target. Prince Archer from Los Angeles. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Mr. Tinubu once protested and openly criticized former President Jonathan. Today, the current government does not want to hear the truth. The cost of living, transportation, and accommodation are all extremely high, yet the government does not want Nigerians to speak out. Ima from Lagos. And some Barrister Darlington, good evening. This government is full of all kind of intimidation, corruption, bribery, banditry, inconsistency, everything you need. They have made Nigeria a laughing stock amongst other nations of the world. Honestly, I am ashamed of our leaders. They should cover their head in shame when they travel outside Nigeria. Chibuzo from Satellite. Esther and Barrister Darlington, good evening. My submission for today's protest is we are testing the microphone. The real protest is coming by January that will concern everyone. Peter from Ejigbo. Peter, please tell us what we do not know.
You are planning another one.
Esther, good evening. One day, sir. Good evening, Esther. Tinubu will complete 8 years, whether they like it or not. Okay, make sure you come out and vote. Okay. Good evening, Esther. I asked if we're practicing democracy, would they still be holding Nnamdi Kanu? Sure, has success. Good evening, Esther. Nigeria has gone from democracy to kleptocracy. Government of the snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. Reflects from Akwoka. Sure has successfully delivered Kanu's brother to the police. And he put a smiling emoji.
Two of them are now in detention. Imagine if their parents are alive.
Ogbuefi White no so are you to said I should please help you greet. I should help him greet you. Barrister, I'm helping him to greet you.
I greet you too. I greet you.
Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Nigerians should be very careful with this administration on direct protests, as they have made up their mind to clamp down on any opposition. Well, it's not all protests that they despise. They like pro-protest. If you're protesting for the government, they wouldn't have anything to do against you. But they cannot stop our votes come 2027. Are you sure? Okay, make sure your principles stand firm. May the soul of the slain soldiers rest in peace for fighting for the cause in which the government empire is supporting. Good night, Esther, from Joe in Ajao Estate.
Esther,
sir?
Did you notice that they don't want any man of integrity in Nigeria? Because they don't have any. They want to drag everybody down. Esther.
Sir, what did they?
Jonathan, that the whole world is known for his democratic tenant, that they send all over the world to go and be an observer in an election. Did you see how they gradually withdrew him now and sent Osibajo to Cote d'Ivoire? Jonathan and Osibajo, who would you say? Because Osibajo was in a government of Buhari. Is that not true? He's the one now going to Cote d'Ivoire.
Is he wrong for him to go?
Hold on, I'm coming now. Look, when you want to send somebody, look at somebody with pedigree. Yeah, there must be that sense of responsibility, whether you like it or not. Osibajo was with Buhari.
So that's why he doesn't have
pedigree.
He
was with Buhari.
So he,
and that government, hold on, that government, you and I know how it panned out. Hold on, who appointed him?
You can't say that.
Hold on, I'm coming now. Listen, this is not tribal issue, please.
No, why would you say he doesn't have pedigree?
I said, what pedigree? That government, is that, will you make any reference to that government of Buhari? It is a joint ticket, whether you like it or not. It is a joint ticket. He was there when Buhari was doing what he was doing. Did he utter a word? Was there any time you saw Osibajo say something?
Buhari was his principal.
I don't know what I'm saying. Did you see him at least resign if you don't like what is going on? Resign to show your displeasure. That is where I will now celebrate you. But look at it, he's now going. And this same Jonathan, we told him, stay away from this thing. They are now trying every means to demarket him. Is he not the one who have been going this thing before? This election, especially in Africa, they call him to go and observe because of what he did. When he was defeated, so-called, the man was simply handed over without any noise. Even his government, we saw how he ran it without him shedding any blood and all that. These are pedigree I'm talking about.
All right. Nice evening to you, my lady. I'm Paris Darlington. Esther Remy from Tottenham has stopped talking. Remy from Akoka, don't same. Joval same. And where are the likes of Koboko and Peter Monse? People are getting tired. A killer will not want a sword to pass over his head. Esther, it is APC versus Nigerians. Have a lovely evening. This is from Grandma Maggie. Okay. Ikemefuna is warning me. Ikemefuna, sorry. Okay. Ikemefuna, you should have written what you wanted to say now.
What's he warning you for?
Now, for him, we say I open phone line late. VOP and its funny analysts will not stop confusing their listeners. How illogical to posit that the ADC was put together by the ruling party and President Tinubu. Yemi in Lagos. Yemi, maybe you joined us.
Can you just
late.
imagine?
Hold on. Yemi, maybe you joined us very late and you did not hear the early part of the conversation. I would implore you sometimes you ask before you make conclusions. It wasn't VOP that made that statement. It was Omoyele Sowore. So if you had listened to the podcast, the Mycon podcast with Seun Okunbaloye, Omoyele Sowore categorically made all of that statement, and that was the question I was positing to Barrister Darlington, that if it at all what Sowore said made sense. So Yemi, please, you sound intelligent. Don't be like the other, people that just go with the crowd. Okay, so next time listen from the beginning before you contextualize whatever it is you want to say. Thank you very much. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Barrister Darlington, the man who sees tomorrow. It's quite unfortunate that upon your warnings, we couldn't listen too bad. Eugene Mary from Harmony State. Okay. This person says, Nigerian police throwing tear gas to peaceful protesters are the same people that after their retirement, they will turn to be gate men in people's houses. Sorry for them. Anoha Michael from Greenfield Estate, Agor Okota, Lagos. Greetings, VOP family. The president is handling opposition exactly the way he's been doing in Lagos politics. Any leadership that is extremely scared of opposition, criticism has ulterior motive and cannot sincerely deliver good dividends of democracy. APC was able to run opposition in the past because PDP tolerated it, which they are now resisting with everything. Amici from Mafoluku. Good evening, Esther. What do you mean by what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said against Tinubu? What are many things Tinubu said against Jonathan and even Obasanjo? Who will forgive Tinubu? Esther, be careful. Stop bringing back old injury. Charles from Igondo. Charles, why are you asking me to be careful? I asked the question. I said, could it be because of what Nnamdi Kanu said about him? That could be the reason why he's delaying. Don't I have a right to ask a question, Charles? Charles, you two be very careful.
But I asked him to.
Hello, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Almighty will always be with you. Nobody will kill the Igbos by God's grace. Kalu will not die.
Amen.
Only God can save us from this evil.
Amen.
These evil people that will call our leaders. Comrade Tunde from Mushi. Good evening, Esther. Oh, thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. Good evening, VP family. For me in Nigeria, it's only women protests that will bring good result. Every Igbo should remember about women riot and the result after thereof. If our men will step back and allow the voice and actions of the women to be heard in the world, I believe Nigerian government will shake. I might be nobody, but I'm out for justice, and I believe so many women are out too. If our men will step back and give women support, something must come out of it. A great night to you, my dear, from Mazi Douglas, also known as Impa First Son Lalume. All right, well done, Impa First Son. Good evening, S. and Barrister Darlington. Barrister Darlington, you're a prophet. Don't make his head expand, I beg. Good evening, Esther. According to Barrister Darlington, I agree to you. Esther, if you have been doubting Barrister before, can't you begin to believe him now?
I wonder.
Barrister predicted what could likely happen in today's protest, and some blinds were criticizing him. What happened today during the protest? Well done, Barrister. God will continue to protect you in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
Hello, our nation is gone. No rules and regulations, no leadership. Wow. Okay. Hello, good evening. How are you? Can't you begin to believe? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello, welcome. Good evening. What's your name?
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know why
Hello?
you can't hear us.
Go ahead
Yes,
now.
I can hear
Go
you,
ahead.
sir. If you're watching me, I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. So I don't know if they're not watching us when they call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, maybe from radio.
Hello? Yeah. Hello, good evening. How are you? I don't know what the problem is. Let me take this final call. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, Chus calling from Nigeria.
Chooks, it's been a very long time. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk with Barrister. Barrister, good evening.
Good evening, Chooks. How are you?
Yes, now, before I was together in the narrative concerning this narrative of the shoulders, and my dear kids, but this night, with all humility, I want to disagree completely. And most of your solutions, I do not agree with. Number one, the issue of this protest, you can hear what that man from Germany has been saying. And if you want to deliver the masses, you have to be at the forefront. Look at the leader of the opposition that died in Ghana. He did not become a president, but his burial made noise, much more noise than even their best president before. So it is not a matter of if you don't want to die, like the people normally say, if you want to die, you cannot ask for your rights or which to stand for your family. So forget about death. Death is immaterial. It is death for the masses. All what you are doing is more than death. What you are saying to protect the masses, to protect us, to help us, to sensitize us.
Okay. We've actually run out of time. Barrister Darlington, what's your final take this evening?
Esther, my final take is that Nigerians, you can see the handwriting on the wall. The worst is yet to come. What you are seeing now is a tip of the iceberg, because I know when dictators are planning their show, it starts gradually. You won't even know what is going on. They will come out in the open and pretend to you that they are working in your favor. But look at how all the institutions have been compromised. You think it's a joke, Abi? By the time you get the National Assembly, get the judiciary, get the police and army, is that not a means to an end? With these people in your kitty, who is that person that will talk? Even if you like, let 50 million Nigerians come out, he will not listen. No, he will not. With these people behind him, he's settled. That's what he planned to do. That's what he has to answer. So every other thing now, by 2026, they will now be falling in place. That is when you now know where we are going. So be prepared. I'm not joking. Be prepared.
All right. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. We sincerely do appreciate all of you who called and the tons of messages sent. I would only say one thing, that we're all one. Okay. There is no Nigerian that is more Nigerian than the other. When we see wrong, let's call out wrong. And when something is right, we'll say it is right. Make sure that you help anybody that you know you can help. I'll always advocate for that. Do not let the insincerity, all right, in some certain quarters affect your sense of neutrality and objectivity with how you perceive life. I'll see you tomorrow on the Evening Rush, and trust me, we're having a very interesting conversation. My name is Esther Wachuku. Bye for now.